What's up? This is Gardy with Clear Life Combat, and I have Jackson Glass. He's zooming in. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and we're going to find out everything that he has going on. What's up, man? How's it going?
What's up, bro? Doing good.
You just got about a week removed from your amateur MMA debut. How did it go? Was it everything that you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, man, it was a pretty great debut. Couldn't really ask for more. Got to do a little bit of everything. Got to strike, grapple. Yeah, I moved around on the fence a little bit. Ended up winning via TKO in the first round, like a minute and a half in. So, couldn't really ask for more. Got a little bit of cage time in there, not too much, right? I don't want to, if I can finish the fight early, I'm always gonna take that. So.
It looked like there was a lot of support from your friends, family. How was that for you?
Oh, dude, it was awesome. Like getting to walk out and see like all my friends and family there, like it was amazing. And once I got that, like there's a big boost of confidence in me. I feel like, it was like, I'm not losing tonight. So
Making the walk to the cage, and you fought, Muay Thai before, a ton of jiu-jitsu competitions and stuff like that, right? But how did that differ from making the MMA walk?
To be honest, man, I've never done like a fight card before, so I've always competed usually like in tournaments for Muay Thai. So it's like there's other rings going on at the same time. So it's never like all the attention's on, me at once. So it definitely was a little bit different, but I was like mentally preparing for kind of how I was gonna look, how I was gonna feel. I've been to a ton of Fury shows before for like Cody and Damian. So nothing really caught me off guard, but it's definitely a little different feeling, just you fighting versus like, other fights going on at the same time.
Yeah, even with those guys, I assume, have you been in the back? So you've probably seen like the backstage, helping them warm up, even making the walk with them, and so it was just a familiar thing for you before.
Yeah, that's something I was honestly preparing myself mentally was like, I've been in the back with Cody, like, gone on for weigh and seen the weight cut, kind of the whole process behind everything. Like that's not the fight, but kind of beforehand. So just, being able to prepare for that and then feeling, fully confident, not really having much nerves right before. So everything felt pretty smooth.
Before you fought, we had a chance to talk a couple times, and one of the things that we talked about was the plans for the future. Potentially making a pro debut or getting some more fights in. How does that look for you now?
So ideally, after I fought on the mic, they asked me kind of what my plan was, and I did want to go pro, and fight November 3rd with my teammate Damien. But we do have another person that wants to fight me who is an amateur. So I think I'm gonna fight November 17th again. It's actually the kid I just fought, his teammate. I guess his teammate wants to fight me, so we'll go from there. Hopefully after November 17th, that'll be the last amateur, and then we'll go pro, and then we'll see what that entails. Like obviously around the holidays, probably not gonna try to fight too much, right? It's like right before Thanksgiving. Enjoy Thanksgiving. I'm going to Miami for Christmas, and then we'll see when the pro debut will be. Probably sometime in either like March or April.
Did you have a chance to watch any of the other fights or fighters that were on that card?
I unfortunately I didn't get to watch too much of it. I was like the seventh or eighth fight on the card, but I was just kind of worrying about myself that day, not trying to go out and take my mind off of things or look at future opponents or that. I was focused on the task at hand, who was my opponent that day, and that's it.
No, November 17th. What do you have in store for your next opponent that wants to fight you?
I'm pretty sure he's a southpaw, so change up things a little bit. He's more of a grappler, so maybe I'll do a little more grappling this time. We'll kind of see what happens. Go back and talk with my coaches and make a game plan, and we'll go from there. I'm sure it'd be another highlight reel finish. So,
Is there anything that you saw in the fight that you would like to improve on, or something that stood out to you or your coaches maybe mentioned?
I mean, my coach Elm, he was pretty happy with my performance. There's a lot of stuff I've been working on for a long time that I was able to do in the fight, and it was only a minute and a half long, but a lot of good sequences. Another thing we're talking about is just being patient. I feel like I was pretty patient, but another thing just to improve on, especially when you go against tougher competition, and it's only 4 ounce gloves. You get caught with a 4 ounce glove, like anybody can get knocked out.
What was it like to have the support? It seemed like everybody in the jiu-jitsu community, people from, UFC vets down to, kids at Fight Factory, there was a bunch of people that supported you. Did you feel that or see that, and what did that mean to you?
Support is pretty crazy. Like afterwards, I like went to check back on my phone. I had like 100 DMs. My phone wasn't even working because the amount of like people were sharing stuff, and then like all my teammates are sharing posts and stuff about me. Like all these comments, it's definitely really cool to see. Made me happy. I was like, this is what I wanted.
Yeah. Are you excited for the holidays? I know you talked about that November 17th date, and then after that, kind of take some time and just do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the holidays, but obviously focus on my fight first. And before, like, I didn't get to fight that much. Like, I fought in Muay Thai, and I do have a lot of Muay Thai fights, but it's mostly because I did tournaments that would have 2 or 3 fights every time. So then it was like I could rack up fights a little bit easier. But I didn't get to fight that much in Muay Thai versus like MMA. It's like I want to try to fight pretty quick. After last weekend, I was like, kind of got the itch to like, I really want to fight again. I want to fight again. I enjoy fighting. This is all I do. So the more I can do it, the better.
After the fight, did you take any time off, or how soon did you get back into the training room?
I was back to sparring on Sunday, so. Yeah, sparring again, and I didn't take any damage. My shin's a little sore. That's about it. So
Did you at least enjoy some food, or how did that go?
definitely enjoy some food. Afterwards, we went and got a bunch of food and snacked a bunch. But getting back to starting my diet here pretty soon, and making weight. Gonna fight at 145 again. Talking back with my coaches, I was like the weight cut. Wasn't super easy in the beginning, but I was able to make weight kind of easy. So we'll see if I want to decide to do 140 or 135 in the future.
Yeah. You know that date that Damien's on. How do you see that fight going?
I know his opponent's pretty solid, but he is a jiu-jitsu guy. So it's gonna be hard for that guy to do much to Damien. I feel like in the jiu-jitsu, it's like Damien's got such good jiu-jitsu, and Damien's striking's getting a lot better. But I think Damien's gonna finish him. I think it'll be a pretty good fight. I think that guy's gonna come out and try to be aggressive, try to then try to put the pace on Damien, but I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Yeah, we had the chance to stream his first fight. I think it's Gabriel Wanderlei,
Yeah,
and he was on a PCS card. And I saw Fury put out a thing and said, "Hey, we have no doubt both these guys are going to be in the UFC, but you can see this matchup now. It is pretty cool to be able to see a matchup of two guys that have huge potential and are doing big things, and you can watch it on a regional stage."
yeah, for sure. I mean, Gabriel's I think 5-1, Damien's 3-0, so it's pretty good records going at it. So should be a good fight.
Yeah. Next year, what does that look like ideally for you?
My goal for next year is to have at least 3 pro fights in. Um, hopefully all things go well, build my record up to 3 now. And then the year after that would be something like looking, building my record up to go to contenders. But it's, still a little far ahead. But next year the goal is to get to 3 now as a pro. I still want to compete in jiu-jitsu. If there's you know, likely we'll do ADCC trials in next October. Maybe if they do a CJI trials, maybe we'll try one of those. We'll see what happens with that. But I still want to compete in jiu-jitsu. I still love jiu-jitsu, and it's just more competition experience. So nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. What did you think about CJI overall? How did that go for you?
That was great. I bought tickets to ADCC and CGI. I had teammates and I had the Tackett brothers in CGI. It was amazing watching them, and they killed it. Andrew had like the greatest match of all time. William went against a huge guy and like brought it to him. The guy had outweighed him by like 80 pounds, and William was all over him. But ADCC was great. But I think CGI is just kind of the next thing. It's like I went to both events, and one thing I like a lot in CGI is just you have one match at a time and there's no music playing. I think what happens to ADCC, it's like you got 3 matches going on at once. There's music playing. It doesn't feel like it feels a little off, like it's just another tournament sometimes. Versus CGI when it's like it's quiet in there and then everyone's getting hyped up for the match at hand. There's no music playing until after the matches. I think it's a little better for like the sport of jiu-jitsu to grow.
You know what kind of stood out to me about CJI is people were surprised how good Andrew Tackett is. And I mean, you're not surprised. And nobody over there is surprised, but I don't think that the world really knew how good he was. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, because I think what happens with Andrew is I think he's been able to compete with these guys for a long time, but he didn't really get these type of matches, like he fought Cade a couple years ago. He fought some of these really tough guys a couple years ago, but since how good he is now, like he's fought really good guys, but I don't think anyone really believed in him like this much now, especially after he fought Cade. Like he took Cade's back in like 45 seconds, no one's ever really done that before, and Andrew won the first round pretty convincingly, I felt like, and then it went from there. But I don't think anyone's really seen someone do that to Cade before. And then when Andrew did it, everyone was like super shocked. But going into that match, me and the guys at Fight Factory, like, we really think Andrew's going to bring it to him.
Yeah, I think it was something on Flow, who's number one, but I think he beat PJ, and then he was maybe supposed to face Mika, but then had an injury, and so they did a swap. But you could tell that I mean he's been he's obviously world class. He's been super good. That was kind of like a coming out party. Obviously, injuries happen, and that's pretty aggressive the way he goes. But
For
dude,
sure.
like he's been at this level, and so now it's been awesome to see that.
Well, yeah, I think they're gonna try to do the Mika match at some point for them. So we'll get to see Andrew and Mika hopefully on who's number one, and I'm sure Andrew's gonna bring it to Mika. Obviously, Mika's super super tough, but I'm not gonna be surprised when Andrew wins. So
Maybe on who's number one, who's a match that you would like to, an opponent that you would like to go against. Is there anybody out there, a name?
to be honest, I haven't thought about it too much. I was offered to do who's number one in June, but I had booked my teammates or my coach already booked like travel for me to go coach like at the this big tournament in Iowa, so I wasn't able to do it. I was originally supposed to go against Andrew DeGraff, so that'd be a fun match. I know we're pretty close to the same size. It'd be cool to go against Richard Alacron again because he beat me at ADCC Austin Open last year. He's an ADCC vet, combat jiu-jitsu guy, so that could be fun. But I mean, I love to scrap with anybody.
Is there anything else you would like to share?
No, not really. Just I'm, really happy with the support over the last week, leading up to the fight, everything like that. And it was awesome seeing all my family and friends there, and I'm just looking for the next one.
Awesome. Thanks so much for making time today. November 17th. Looking forward to watching you compete again, and have a good time training, and stay healthy, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro.
This is Guardy with Clear Life Combat. Y'all be blessed.